Take 36B.
All right, go.
Weeks, Super Bowl. I'm in here, you're wearing this. No.
You got to keep it fresh, keep it alive. Yeah, energy. Let's go. All right, Diva.
Makeup. Super Bowl is here and gone. I'm still in my colors. What do you got?
You're still in that terrible sweatshirt. This is the 1991 Rivermen Turner Cup jersey that we'll be wearing, the team will be wearing on February 25th, auctioning off after the game. So if you want one, you can take one home on that day. I've already got mine. Excited.
And I've got something for you. It's Chris Palmer, the Rivermen athletic trainer. And he's had a busy month and is holding these guys together as they get ready for the stretch run.
Plus, Chris Porter's going to answer some of your questions. If you'd like to submit a question for an Ice Time Online episode, make sure to become a fan of Rivermen Facebook page and Ice Time Online on Facebook as well.
We're with Rivermen athletic trainer Chris Palmer, and boy, you had your hands full at Chicago on Saturday. A couple injuries there, and that's why we're going to talk to you. It's a reminder that you got a critical job with this team. How'd you get into this gig?
My mom got me started. She sent me to an athletic training camp the year before my 9th grade year. I was a little kid in high school, and she knew that my athletic career was going to be limited at best, and knew that I wanted to stay in athletics in some fashion or form, and thought that this would work for me. And I got involved, went to a camp at Clemson University, and was hooked ever since. You know, I liked every aspect of it, being with the team and the players, and being in a helpful role.
What kinds of things have you had to treat this season?
In a normal season, you'll see everything from concussions to lacerations, usually a lot of facial lacerations like the puck to Derek Nesbitt. And we see a lot of ankle injuries, and we've had our share of knee injuries this year. It's all over the board, and I think that's one of the things that drew me to hockey was the chance for seeing a lot more trauma, a lot more injuries. It was something that, as an athletic trainer, it makes you work harder. It challenges you. It makes you become a better athletic trainer because you run into so many different things.
Now, you haven't always been in hockey. You've worked in the highest level of another game.
I was in the NBA for 10 years. I started with the Atlanta Hawks. I was an assistant for 4 years from 90 to 94, and then from 94 to 2000 I was head athletic trainer for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and enjoyed it. It was a different game than it is now, and I really enjoyed it early on. Some of the older athletes that we have, I'm sure some of the people back that can remember athletes like Doc Rivers, who's now the coach for the Boston Celtics. We had him in Atlanta. Spud Webb, who at the time was one of the shortest athletes to ever win the dunk contest. And you can't forget athletes like Dominique Wilkins, the human highlight reel and stuff. And then in Minnesota, we had a lot of athletes that we got to deal with too. We had Kevin Garnett as a young kid out of Farragut Academy out of Chicago, and Stephon Marbury, another up-and-coming athlete at that time. So we saw a lot of good basketball players and had a lot of fun.
Who's the tougher guy, the NBA player, the NHL player?
Oh, there's no question. The things that I see the hockey athlete go through and endure and then continue to play with or I think are unsurpassed at any level. I mean, I compare that to all the major sports. Hockey athlete puts up with a lot more and plays. To me, the hockey season is, I call it a football sport on a basketball schedule. These guys are phenomenal. It's a treat to work with them, and in ways it makes my job easier that they put up with so much and can continue to perform.
That's Chris Palmer holding these guys together, as always. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're in the Rivermen locker room. It's a day of practice, and with Chris Porter, and we've got some mail from Carol out there, a season ticket holder. What do you got there, Ports?
Her first question here is, does she think this is the best Rivermen team I've ever been a part of? And to be real honest with you, I think this team has a great makeup of young and older players. To be the best, I don't know, we'll have to see until the end of the season. But so far, halfway through the season, after the All-Star break, this is for sure the best team we've had here in Peoria for a while. The young kids lead the older guys lead the young guys, and with our goaltending, I feel like we can go a long way. What was the difference for me getting called up to the Blues this year as compared to the first time? And I feel like this year I was a lot more confident. I kind of knew what to expect. Going up into the NHL is obviously your dream as a child, and I've been there once before, and getting a second chance was a dream come true as well. And so I just tried to make the most of it, compete every day, and tried to make a difference. And now that I'm back here, I'm just going to continue to work hard and help the team here, and hopefully we can go a long way in the playoffs this year.